everyone, and today we are going to be doing a test on advanced objects and data structures in Python, and we'll also be going through the answers. So how we're going to do this test, first you need to download the test by clicking the link in the comments below, so you can also get the answers here if you'd like. Otherwise you can just watch the rest of the video. So after that I'm going to go through a test, and after I've gone through a test, you can do your test and then check your answers if you want to, but I'll be going through the answers after I've gone through a test anyway, okay? So let's hop onto our Jupyter Notebook and start going through the test. See you there! Okay, so here I am, and obviously it should say Advanced Python Objects Test here, and it should say up here Advanced Objects and Data Structures Assessment Test, and all of those long words. So the first question over here is to convert 1024 to binary and hexadecimal representation. Now, if you haven't watched the previous video, you guys might be confused. So I would suggest to watch the previous video because that one is on advanced objects and data structures, and I will link the video in the comments below if you can't find it. Okay, so back to what we're doing. So the second question over here is to round 5.23222 to 2 decimal places. Okay, so this is a very easy question, so you guys should be pretty familiar. And after this, we've got advanced strings, and here it says check if every letter in the string S is lowercase. Okay, so after that, it says, so we've got our string S over here, and it says, hello, how are you, Mary? Are you feeling okay? So that's our string, and you need to check if every letter in the string is lowercase. And question 4 is, how many times does the letter W show up in the string below? Okay, so I wouldn't want to count all the W's. You need to use a particular method for that. And after that, we've got advanced sets, and and the first question for that, so obviously it will be called problem 5, is to find the elements in set 1 that are not in set 2. Now that's possible with another method. And after that, we've got question 6, and it says find all the elements that are in either set. And here it's and obviously you need to use a method for that as well, so you'll be using set 1 and set 2 for that. And after that, we've got advanced dictionaries. So it says create this dictionary, so you need to create this whole dictionary using a dictionary comprehension. Okay, so again, this was only in the previous video, so I suggest you go back and watch that one first before you do this, okay? And after this question, we've got problem 8, find the index of the element I need to be indexed. Okay, so here we've got our list. So list 1 is this. And the last question here is to write a list comprehension that multiplies every number in the list, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so over here, by a certain number. And then after that, we've got a great job. Okay, so here, this is basically the whole test. So please go and download the test and do it yourself. And after, we will go through the answers. See you when you have finished your test. Okay, so here I am, and I haven't got the same notebook. This one says Advanced Objects and Data Structures Test Solutions, but I haven't written it here because all I'm going to be doing is putting in the answers over here. So I thought I'd put in the answers so you guys can code along with me if you're not sure about some questions. Okay, so the first question is to convert 1024 to binary and hexadecimal representation. So I'm going to put a comment over here saying binary because I'm going to be converting it into binary form first. So if you want to do that, I'm just going to be using print statements so you can see both the binary and hexadecimal representations. So first one, I'm going to put print and put in my binary function. So you need to write in bin instead. And I'm going to put in my number. So this is how you find the binary representation. And now I want to find the hexadecimal representation. Whoops, not hexadecimal, hexadecimal. There we go. So now we want to find the hexadecimal representation. So again, I'm going to use my print statement. So I'm going to say print, and this time we're using the hex function or method. Okay, so now here we're using the hex method, and I need to put in 1024. Now if I run this first one over here is the hex method. Okay, so this is the first one over here is hex, and then this one over here is the hex. So sorry, this one here is binary and this one here is hex. So if you want to find binary, it will say B here, so you know it's the binary representation. And if you want to know if it's a hexadecimal representation or not, there'll be an X over here. So it's pretty clear if it's binary or hexadecimal. And for in the same section, we've got problem 2 round 5.23222 to 2 decimal places. Okay, now this one is pretty simple. So if I go like round, so obviously it'll appear in green, so round, and I want to put in 5.23222 in there, and now we want to specify how many decimal places we want to round to. So in our question it says 2 decimal places, so I put in the number 2. And I've got 5.23, and that is obviously rounded to 2 decimal places. Now after advanced numbers, we've got strings, and the first question's strings, aka problem 3, is to check if every letter in the string S, so this string over here, is lowercase. Okay, so this one uses a advanced method, so not a simple one, an advanced one. So our string is hello, how are you, Mary? Are you feeling okay? So I need to find out if all the letters are in lowercase. So what I want to do is, let me just, I'm going to say S dot is lower. Okay, so is lower is an is check method. So it says is at the start, and this one will check if all the letters are in lowercase. So it's false because, as you can see here, Mary is in uppercase. Okay, so that's the answer for problem 3. We need to put in is lower because this one checks if all the letters are lower. And after that, it says how many times does the letter W show up in the string below. So here I don't want to count how many times it does that. I want to use a simple method. I want to use a simple method that will just calculate it for me. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to say S dot count. So this is actually a simple method. We just revised it in the previous video. So I want to count how many times W shows up. So if I put in a normal W, I will obviously get an error because our Python interpreter will think that is a variable. So I need to put in the string W, and it came up quite a lot of times, so 12 times. After that, we've got advanced sets, and problem 5 in the whole test, so not advanced sets, is to find the elements in set 1 that are not in set 2. Okay, so some of you may be thinking, whoa, that's impossible if you didn't watch the previous video, but actually it is possible. So here, we just want to use the difference method. So if I say set 1 dot difference, so let me just press tab there. So set 1 dot difference, and then I put in set 2. Okay, whoops, not S2, set 2, and I got 2 because the only difference over here is actually the number 2. Okay, because this one over here has 2, 3, 1, 5, 6, and 8. And this one over here has 3, 1, 7, 5, 6, and 8. Okay, so if you put in set 1 over here, it will, if you put in set 1 over here, it will find the differences in set 1 that are not in set 2. And if we change this to set 2 and put set 1 over here, it will say 7 because 7 is not in set 1, so it will return 7. So, but here I said find the elements in set 1 that are not in set 2. So obviously I need to put set 1 first. Okay, so our Python interpreter will do that. And problem 6 is to find all the elements that are in either set. So here we use the union method. So I just need to say set 1 dot union, and then I need to pass in set2. And it'll give me all the numbers that are in both set 1 and 2. And that's obviously 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. And after that, we've got advanced dictionaries, and problem 7, so out of the whole test, not advanced dictionaries, is to create the dictionary 0, 0, so 0 as a key, 0 as a value, 1, 1, 2, 8, 3, 27, and 4, 64. Now, if you look at the pattern of each value and key, so don't look at 0 and 1, look at 2, 3, and 4, you can see that the value is basically the key cubed. Okay, so here they did 2 to the power of 3, and we got 8. 3 to the power of 3, we got 27. 4 to the power of 3, we got 64. Okay, so here we want to create a dictionary comprehension. So I'm going to say D. I'm going to say D is equal to, and then I want to put in my key. So my key is going to be X, and my value is going to be X to the power of 3. And I want to put in my for loop for, sorry about that pause there. So here we need to write X, then colon X to the power of 3. 4, and then we need to write X again in range 5. Now this may look a bit confusing when you look at it first, but here all I'm trying to say is the key will be X, and then X will be X to the power of 3 will be my value, and then here I'm trying to create 4 items, all going from 0 to 4, because if I say 5 items, then it will start from 0 and then go all the way to 4. Okay, so here this is all I want to write, or you can just put this in. You can just put that in, and it will create my nice dictionary for me, and that is exactly what I wanted. And after that, we've got advanced lists, and we're getting closer to the end now. And here it says, find the index of the element I need to be indexed. Okay, so here, don't look at the list, okay? Just use here we need to actually use a method. So here we need to use the index method. So I need to say list1 dot index. I need to be indexed. Whoops. Let me just see what happened here. I need to be indexed. Sorry, I need to put in my exclamation mark there. There we go. So it says it's at index 4. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so sorry about that error there. You need to put in exactly what it says over here. Okay, so in this case, I didn't add in my exclamation mark and it caused an error. And the last question out of this test is to write a list comprehension that multiplies every number in the list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by a certain number. So this one is a bit easier than the dictionary comprehension. All we need to do here, so we've got our list 2, and what I need to write here is I'm just going to say I'm going to store my list comprehension in a variable called result. So my result is result in result. So result in result. Whoops, not result in result. Sorry, it's result for result in. So here we need to multiply by a certain number. So I need to say result and then put in what I want to multiply it by. So in this case, I just want to multiply it by 2. So result times by 2 for each result in list 2. So if we do that and ask for a result, it'll give me 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So here, all I'm trying to say is, so I want to times each result. So in this case, number. So I'll just, instead of result, I'm just gonna put in num. And if I do that, look, I'm gonna get an error. So I want to change this result to num again. So here we've got, so for each number has to be multiplied by 2 for every number in my list 2, I want to multiply each number by 2 and return that. Okay, so it gave me 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Okay, so great job if you managed to get all the answers right. And please don't worry if you didn't. You can just watch the video again, like watch the parts that you got wrong, not the whole video. And I guess that's the end of this video. Now, please subscribe. Please subscribe and write in the comments below how you did. And I guess that's it. Bye.